Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Raw Rundown. Not the Raw Rundown at all. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wrestling Companions Smack Talk. And we're talking about SmackDown, baby. June 6th to be exact. The show opened up with Solo and his crew and Seth and his crew. It was a crew versus crew. We're on the go home before Money in the Bank. I am watching this post Money in the Bank, so I will do my very best to not spoil anything in this video. I am dropping a review of the Money in the Bank show, so if you want to hear my thoughts and opinions on that, be sure to check that out. But this is strictly just SmackDown and all of the things that unfolded on SmackDown. So yeah, we opened the show with Seth Rollins coming out, starting to cut a promo, basically saying how he runs all the shows and that there's nobody who can step up to him and blah, blah, blah. And Solo and his crew come out and he's kind of like, hey, I got my people. What's up? What's good with it? And then they start kind of cutting a promo back and forth on each other. Fantastic. I mean, Solo was breaking down their whole crew, fucking roasting every single one of them. Seth called Jacob Solo's bitch, which was hilarious. Yeah, and they just kind of argue back and forth, and things kind of get hot between Jacob and Seth, which Braun Breaker kind of steps in, and then Seth steps back in to be like, nah, man, I got this. Then Seth and his crew kind of just bounce. And as they're leaving, one Jimmy Uso attacks Solo's faction and takes them out. So this segment was really good. I love this version of Solo. I think when he's in his bag, it's when he's just being a snarky, making funny comments, making fun of you kind of deal. I think that's when Solo's really in his bag, and I think he does great in that role. So I know where we're going with the Jacob and Solo feud, but after that, I just don't know what they're going to do with Solo, because they're going to strap a rocket onto Jacob Fatu, which well deserved, and shoot him to the moon. Solo, on the other hand, I feel like has grown tremendously, and now we're just trying to kind of figure out what to do with him. But anyways, we go from that into a match with Jimmy Uso and JC Mateo. Still hate JC Mateo as a name. It's Jeff Cobb. And Jeff Cobb can do some cool ass shit. Like, he did a standing moonsault on Jimmy Uso that was just gnarly, dude. And constantly, every time he's on screen, Jimmy Uso is showing you that he's the better Uso, guys. Guys, come on. I love Jey Uso, the Yeet Man. But let's be honest, if it wasn't for Yeet Mania, if it wasn't for the love of the Yeet, it would be Jimmy, dude. Jimmy can talk better. He can cut a better promo. He can wrestle his ass off. He can wrestle better than Jay. I'm sorry. I know they do a lot of the same moves, but every move that Jay does, Jimmy does it better. And I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. I love Jay. I love Jimmy. Give Big Jim a push. That's all I'm saying. We go from that to, we have a backstage with Zelina Vega and Julia. Basically, Julia's kind of shooting her shot, saying, hey, I know I'm in the Money in the Bank ladder match and everything, but don't worry, I still got my eyes on that Women's United States Championship. Love it. I'm locked in. Then Zelina Vega has a Bakersfield Brawl match with Piper Niven of the Secret Service, which a Bakersfield Brawl is basically just another name for a street fight, no DQ, whatever you want to call it. They're all the same thing. Extreme Rules. It was a fun match, entertaining match. A lot of fun spots. Nothing really crazy to ride home about. Zelina Vega ultimately gets the win with the help of Julia, actually, because, Piper and Alba and Chelsea are kind of jumping in, all kind of screwing over Zelina. Then Julia jumps the barricade, comes and helps. raises the hand of Zelina after she wins. And then she attacks her. And then ultimately, Julia is the one standing tall, holding the United States Championship up high while we're going in the Money in the Bank. And I love it, dude. Julia for the United States Championship. I said it before, and I'll say it again here now. Julia is your next Women's United States Champion, and they're just showing you that I'm right. They're showing you that that's the way to go. They are putting a lot of faith and trust in these NXT call-ups, and I'm cool with it. It's sink or swim time, so throw them in to the deep end, and let's see what's good, man. Let's see what they're made of. After that, we go backstage. Alistair has this vignette, kind of promo on LA Knight, basically saying how he couldn't let it go. Basically, LA Knight screwed over Alistair Black in the qualifying match for Money in the Bank. He stole the win from him, and Alistair just couldn't seem to let that go, and that was basically the gist of his promo. Then we go to the match. We go to LA Knight versus Alistair Black. But before the match, LA Knight comes out, and he cuts a fantastic promo on literally every single person in the Money in the Bank ladder match with him. Every single one of them. He started from the people he likes, which was like Penta and Andrade. He respects them, and he knows that they're going to do everything it takes to win. So he started with them, and then he went to what he quoted as the goon side of things, the bad guys, the El Grande Americanos, the Seth Rollins, the Solo Sikoas, and he's just letting them have it. This was awesome. I loved it. I loved it because it reminded you, obviously, that he's in Money in the Bank, but that he's one of the favorites, man. Don't get it twisted. The two favorites going into Money in the Bank are LA Knight and Seth freaking Rollins. And there's no you could make an argument about third place, but that's about it, because you can't take those two spots. It's them two. So, Aleister Black and LA Knight have their match. And actually, I love this match, dude. They got some solid chemistry and some solid graps between the two, man. I could see that match more and more down the line, and I would not complain, because them two together is a very solid, put-together match with a lot of close calls for LA Knight with the Black Mass, and then LA Knight just, putting in work. And I like it. I like their dynamic. And it's a lot of fun. From there, we go to an announcement. WWE makes an announcement. It's Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce. And they're making the announcement that King and Queen of the Ring is official. And it will be happening at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. And they're going to start the tournament and everything. And then once again, just like last year, the King and Queen winner gets a championship match of their choosing at SummerSlam, which is awesome. Sign me up. And immediately it goes from that into a backstage interview with Jade Cargill. Sign me up, dude. Queen Jade Cargill. Hell yeah. I'm down all the way. Jade Cargill starts basically Byron's asking her about Queen of the Ring and everything, and Jade's excited to participate, and she plans on taking it home and taking home that championship. And then Charlotte enters the fray. Charlotte lets Jade know there's only one queen in this game, and that is the Queen, Charlotte Flair. Love it. Love this Jade and Charlotte feud. Sign me up. I'm all the way in. Then we have our 6-woman tag match between all of the ladies that are competing in the Money in the Bank ladder match. So it was Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Vaquer, and Give me a second. Not Roxanne Perez, Juliet. Why is my mind going blank? It was Naomi, Roxanne, Julia versus Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Vaquer, and Alexa Bliss. That's what it is. Sorry, Alexa. I love you. Can't believe I forgot about you because you're awesome. This match ruled. This match bang. This match was just a lot of fun. A lot of showcasing of these NXT women. And just all of the women in this Money in the Bank ladder match. Like, all of the ladies that you didn't know ruled, they're showing you. And all of the ladies that you already know, they're just reminding you, hey, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Naomi, they're still awesome. Naomi's doing the best work of her career. Ultimately, the match breaks down. It's happening, and Roxanne gets hit with is about to get hit with a riptide. She counters it. Then she starts to kind of crawl over to make a tag to Naomi. Naomi has her hand out saying, hey, I got you. And then she just takes it away. And then she hops down, letting Roxanne know, hey, come Money in the Bank, there's no friends. Me and you, it's not a thing, okay? I'm out here for me. Loved it. Loved that was the way that it ended. Loved that, obviously, the girls who are going to be competing for that Money in the Bank briefcase are not going to get along. Even if they're baby faces or even if they're all heels. It don't matter. They ain't going to get along because they want one thing. They want the same thing. Also, I didn't even get into the fact that LA Knight and Aleister Black, it ended with Seth freaking Rollins, DQ. I'm so sorry. Yes, he attacked LA Knight, took him out. That was basically that. Earlier in the night, there was a backstage with Chad Gable. He's talking about Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank. And he's back there with the Creed brothers. And then Penta and Andrade come in. And then they have a spat. And ultimately, they're going to have a tag team match between Andrade and Penta versus the Creed brothers. Also in the back, there is JC Mateo and Solo Sikoa. And they're talking to each other. And basically, Solo's saying, oh, we're going to be good. I got you. I got Jacob. You know, at Money in the Bank, we're going to be solid, you know. And JC looks at him and he's like, are you sure you can even trust Jacob, you know? And Solo basically says that, in a way, he calls Jacob dumb. He said he's all gas and no brains. And, yeah, well, he was sneak dissing. And about his own cousin. Talking mad crap about his own cousin. And guess what? You got caught, homie. You got caught, but it's okay because Jacob ain't going to let you know you got caught. Because he going to remember this. He going to use it later. He going to wait till your guard's down to where you trust him. Because he trusted you and now you talking shit. So, yeah. That happened. Love that. Sets up for their feud going forward. They're doing signs of the night, guys. They're doing signs of the night like they do, showing all the signs in the crowd. And then the next thing you know, everything turns black. Guys, we get a Wyatt 6 promo. Uncle Howdy. And oh my goodness, was it so freaking good. Guys, you have to listen to it. Don't take my word for it. Go listen yourself. It was amazing. Uncle Howdy is in his bag. Bo Dallas is in his bag with these. Guys, you have to check it out. He is talking about the tag team division and how brother and brother are turning on each other and how there's no loyalty and how he didn't come back for nostalgia. Well, they didn't come back for nostalgia. They come back to get what they deserve, and that's some gold. Love it. It's a new thing for them. I think this is a last-ditch effort. If this don't work, it may be time to say goodbye to the Wyatt Six. And I don't want to do that. You don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. But, guys, this is it right here. So, I'm all the way in, but I want to be all the way in. So, we're going to see where it goes. And, yeah. Next up, we got Andrade versus Penta Zero Miedo. An amazing match against the Creed brothers. Guys, listen. I want so bad for when the Lucha Brothers finally decide to become a tag team in the WWE. You know they're winning them tag titles. Don't matter. I think they should go on Raw, and I hope at that time that the tag team champions at that time are the Creed brothers, because I desperately want the Creed brothers versus the Lucha Brothers, dude. Because, oh my God, I am so high on the Creed brothers, dude. These guys put in work. I mean, all the time. It don't matter. New Day, War Raiders, Penta and fucking Andrade. It don't matter who you put them in the ring with. They're constantly having banger matches, dude. And then you're going to put them in with, you know, one half of the greatest tag team on the entire face of the planet in the Lucha Brothers. Dude, I want the Lucha Brothers versus the Creed brothers. Brothers versus brothers, man. Let's go. Book it. Triple H, book it. But anyways, I digress. Fantastic match. Fantastic spots. Please do yourself a favor and go watch this match. Andrade and Penta pick up the win. And then at the end, Seth Rollins and his faction comes down to the ring and takes out Penta and Andrade, who are in the Money in the Bank ladder match with him, shooting his shot, letting them know he's gunning for everybody in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Then Paul Heyman cuts a promo. Nothing crazy. Did a lot of mentioning of Roman Reigns. I'm going to be real. Don't know why. Think that's setting up an eventual return of Roman Reigns. But, you know, just basically saying that they run the place and, you know, they have all the power and he's going to win Money in the Bank briefcase and they're going to have all the power. Blah, blah, blah. Then Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso come out because they have a face-to-face with Logan Paul and John Cena for their tag team match coming up at Money in the Bank. Well, Jey and Cody come out, and Cena comes out, and anyways, basically Cena comes out. Cody and Jey are out. Cena comes out, makes his entrance, and while he's making the announcer do the special entrance that he does of him, Logan Paul slides into the ring, takes out Jey. Cody, you know, starts to do the crossroad on Logan, and then gets hits with the title belt. They get taken out. John Cena, Logan Paul, stand tall, and he starts cutting a promo, nothing really crazy, just saying that they're the best and blah, 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 and we'll see you at Money in the Bank. Well, then the crowd starts chanting, "We want truth," because we know our truth's gone, and we want them. We want them real bad. Well, this SOB addresses it. He goes, "You can't handle the truth." And my jaw dropped. I was like, what did he say? What do you mean, man? I loved it. It was a very heel way of addressing it. He was going, "You want to know our truth? Our truth?" I'm like, you son of a gun. It was a great way of getting some heat on John Cena and Logan Paul right before their Money in the Bank match. I loved it. Great time. Overall, pretty solid go home. episode for SmackDown for Money in the Bank. And yeah, dude, if you're watching this before Money in the Bank, guys, Money in the Bank's exciting. You're ready. I'm ready. Let's watch it. I've already seen it, but it's time for you to watch it. So go watch it. Stop watching this video and go watch it. Because I'm out. Deuces.